So if we look way back, it began with the help wanted sign that was stuck on the factory wall or the shop window. Hasn't really changed through the ages. And people did apply, they applied in droves. But is that the best person for the job? The answer is often it's not. It's an inefficient process, always has been. It started to emerge in the 1990s as a discipline, and frameworks like this came up, and there was an early recognition that defining your employer brand as a first step had almost a bigger impact internally than it did externally. It's not just an attraction strategy, it's very much about making people feel proud of where they work. Most companies, when they're starting out with employer brand, define their employer value proposition, absolutely the right first step. But then they look at a comms plan for how they can communicate that out. However, the problem is candidates have morphed, candidates have changed, and employer branding has quite frankly had to change as well. So we like to talk about talent brand now because anyone who's come into contact with your company has an opinion about your company. Social media has given them a platform now to project that voice and be heard. If you're all saying the same thing, if everyone has a very appealing employer brand, it's very hard for people to distinguish, quite frankly. It's just a lot of noise. These days, the candidates really have the power. So if you take a company-first approach, the traditional approach, this was the help wanted sign, saying, you come and apply to me, now tell me why I should hire you. Whereas a candidate-first approach flips the entire thing on its head and says, we will help you all the way through our communications to make an informed choice. We'll tell you what it's really like. So you start to sort of attract the very best and deflect the rest, and you get higher quality candidates.